Shakur Stevenson says Lomachenko could get that smoke. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. SLC, subscribe, like, and comment for the latest and greatest. Everything going on in this world of boxing, I got you. Now, Shakur Stevenson has an interview with the Boxing Voice, and he discussed the Lomachenko fight. He says we can do that fight whenever. He's a big enough name. He's got a big name, and he's been in pound-for-pound rankings. You got to respect him for that. We can make that fight happen at the beginning of next year. At the moment, we're not at the same weight class. I'm pretty sure I'm champion right now. He could come down to 130 right now, and it would be a huge fight. I feel like 135 is not his natural weight. 130 pounds seems more like a realistic weight class for him. We're about the same size anyway. He says, I'm so confident in myself. They say, oh, he's cocky. I don't care because I feel like I could beat anybody. I don't care who it is. They can ask me anybody on planet Earth. I'm going to tell you I can beat them because I can figure out a way to win. Boxing Ego quick hits, less intro, less filler, let's get it. I like the fight, Shakur Stevenson versus Vasyl Lomachenko, because one, at 130, Shakur's already kind of clean house. He beat Oscar Valdez definitely decidedly, on part of a big stable like Canelo and Eddie Reynoso's gym. And there was no questions asked. There's really no need for a rematch from what I seen because it was a dominant. Anytime you get dominated, there's really no reason for a rematch unless you, like, over the years climb back up the rankings. So I don't need to see a Valdez rematch. Same thing with Jamel Herring. He beat Jamel Herring so convincingly, took his belt, stopped him, and then I think one fight after that, Jamel Herring ended up retiring anyway. So 130 is pretty much cleaned up in terms of big names fights that will boost him. And he is fighting Robson Conceição, and I'm not mad at that fight. I actually like that fight because I do believe Valdez really shouldn't have been a champion, similar to kind of like the Shawn Porter versus Yordenis Ugas situation, whereas you have Shawn Porter who fought Ugas, tough fight, pretty competitive. But I thought Ugas was robbed of a knockdown. The judges or the ref didn't score the knockdown. And I do think Ugas beat Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter's very next fight after the Ugas fight was, hey, stop that cat, man down, Errol Spence Jr. So Errol Spence fought Shawn Porter as a champion, but in my honest opinion, I thought Ugas should have been the champion. And he wasn't given that, the luck of the judges or whatever you want to call it. So Errol Spence, still a credible win, beat Shawn Porter, took his belt and unified. But the thing I like is PBC has so much of the welterweight action that Errol Spence still got to Danny Garcia, because same thing there. Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter was a close fight. Some people had Danny Garcia winning, even though I thought Danny Garcia won slightly in the Shawn Porter fight. But Errol ended up fighting Danny Garcia too. So it doesn't matter. He beat Shawn Porter, beat Danny Garcia. And then after Ugas did become a champion and solidified his spot as a WBA champion, that's what it was, in beating Pacquiao and retiring Pacquiao. I want to say to my promoter, my fight with the Cuban, right? He beat Pacquiao and solidified himself because there was confusion. Pacquiao was a champion recess, and some people were and then for that reason Ugas got elevated, and some people were saying Ugas wasn't the real champion. But then Ugas fought Pacquiao, beat him decisively. So that ends all those questions. And then to my final point, Errol Spence fought Ugas, and I got to give you guys the chronological order just to flex my skills so you know I really got it. I really love this sport and pay attention. Errol Spence beat Ugas, so regardless if you had Danny Garcia beating Porter or Ugas beating Porter, it doesn't matter because Errol fought all of them and beat all of them. He beat Ugas, turned him into a Cyclops. He beat Porter, dropped him, and he beat Danny Garcia decisively. And Danny Garcia, said he had a bunch of anxiety and things like that. So at the end of the day, I think the Lomachenko Shakur Stevenson is a great fight. The Robson Conceição is very similar to what I said with Shawn Porter, where I thought Robson Conceição really was robbed of a victory, and I thought Robson Conceição really beat Oscar Valdez at home in his backyard in Arizona and was robbed of the opportunity. And then one of the WBC judges even had to apologize for it. So I'm not mad at Shakur fighting Robinson Conceição, because really he should have been the champion instead of Oscar Valdez. So Shakur took on the big name, and then now he's taking on the guy that should have been champion. So if he beats him, that's just another notch under his belt. Fast forward to Lomachenko. Listen, I'm not going to hold my breath because I don't know if Top Rank will make that fight. I don't know if they want to sacrifice Lomachenko. They have rolled out the red carpet, and they treat Lomachenko, in my opinion, different than they treated Terrence Bud Crawford, things like that. So that would be a kind of a, if Shakur beat Valdez and then beat Conceição and then beat Lomachenko, that would be the rise of Shakur, but it'd also be the fall of Lomachenko, because he started as a pro when he was like 25, 26-ish, because he stayed in it as an amateur for so long. So it'll kind of be over for him. You know, you got less than 20 fights. You already have 2 losses to Teofimo and Salido. So if Shakur beats you, that'll kind of pack him up, and you won't be able to market him the same way. So I don't know if Top Rank and Bob Arum really want to do that. I'm not saying Lomachenko has no chance versus Shakur Stevenson, but oozing with confidence, the difficult fight, and it is what it is. But as far as Shakur calling it out at 130, listen, Lomachenko's team kind of brought that upon themselves, because they keep saying he's a true featherweight. Once he got to 35 and he was getting dropped by Jorge Linares and the fights got tougher, they try to use a patsy and a scapegoat and say, oh, it's because Lomachenko's really out of his weight class, which is cap, because as an amateur, Lomachenko was fighting at 130s, like 130, 131, 132-ish, and he fought Jose Ramirez before he turned pro. So it's not that Lomachenko's too small. It's just his style is beatable, I mean, he's a good fighter, but at the same time, his style can be beaten, and that's just what it is. It don't have nothing to do with him being small. I mean, look at Floyd Mayweather. At one point, people were saying that Lomachenko, some boxing reporters were saying that Pretty Boy Floyd would have issue with Lomachenko, which I totally disagree with. Floyd would have tore Lomachenko up at any point of his career. But there were people saying Lomachenko could beat Floyd and things like that. And then you look at Floyd's money made stretch. Everybody he fought was damn near bigger than him. Victor Ortiz, Oscar De La Hoya, Cotto, Canelo. Hey, baby, you want baby. All these guys were bigger than him. All of them. Shane Mosley, all the dudes was bigger than Maidana. And he fought him twice, and Maidana got cracks. So get out of here with that Lomachenko's too small junk. Anyway, make the fight. Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, I want to see it. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm not going to hold my breath that it does happen for the reasons I stated, but let me know who will win if they fought. They have sparred in the past. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.